way down. Oh, yes, let's give us some life in that. There we go. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm not logged in yet on my iPad. What a shock. So I don't know who else here. What a shock. Monique doesn't have her act together. What else is new? Dalton's there. Hi, Drew. Nice to see Dalton and Drew. I'm sure there's more people here. I'm just not there yet. Oh, there I am. It's over there. I have you much closer to me, and I'm not sure I like it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Darn it. I still didn't log in on my iPad, so I have to look it up. IQUEBARENT. There I am. There I am. Look, I'm live. I have a commercial. Hey, there's Tammy Rocco. Hi. Hi, Peg. Oh, I'm so sorry you have a migraine, Tammy. Keenan. Hello, hello, hello. Danny Danielski. Lovely to see you. Thank you. I still miss Colby terribly.
There I am.
Nope. Dirty PMs. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Preston. And there's Peg and Tammy. We already said hi. Put the glasses on your face, Monique. Look at how much better they work when you can see through the glasses. Jerry Wagner. Hello there. Sandra Hunt. Hello, hello. Oh, hi. So nice to see everyone. So last week, we weren't sure whether I would be here this week. It turns out I am. It's funny, yesterday I kept looking at my email, going, where's my call sheet for tomorrow? Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to kick you there. It's like, where's my call sheet? Where's my call sheet? And then Debbie, hi Debbie. Hi Debbie. So I was like, and then I picked up the strip board and I was like, oh, I read this wrong. I'm working tomorrow. So I thought I had to work today, and I didn't. So, yay. But I believe I will not be here next Monday. Allison T, hello, hello. Hi, Cat. Nice to see you. Silver Cat, hello. Cat and Silver Cat right next to each other. I love that. So lovely to see you all. I have booked my next job, so I start shooting next Monday. So, see, this is why I don't like to have the camera that close, because I kick you with my feet. And my apologies. But at least I can easily adjust lighting. I'm very pink. Let's chill that out a little bit. There we go. That's better. And Keenan says he's relaxing for the night. He cut a pita bread round and roasted garlic hummus. Yum. I will tell you one thing that makes me very, very sad about being married. I don't get to enjoy roasted garlic hummus nearly as much as I used to, when I lived alone. Because now somebody breathes the same air I breathe. Roasted garlic hummus, while delicious, can be a bit rude. What's on the agenda today? Shape, form, or function? Gosh, that's always a good chat. Good question. What do you propose we do, Jerry? Oh yeah, garlic and onion. I love garlic and onion, and Howard is not a fan. The first time he had my mother's homemade salsa, which is amazing, he was like, that's too much onion. Yes, but I get Howard, so it's a fair trade-off, but is it? I don't know. Oh, I remembered to bring water today. Look at me. It's like you can teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, but we get to have a great night together, so we can have a garlic night together when I can get him to eat the garlic. We did that a few days ago. It was actually last Sunday. Last Sunday on Father's Day, we went where we always go on Father's Day, Miss Ellie's, and we didn't even realize it was Father's Day. So, yeah, so time for a sleepover with the girls. Exactly. Oh, I love hummus. I love hummus. But yeah, it is not best when sharing a bed with someone who doesn't care for garlic. So we have our garlic nights, but we do make sure that we do it at the same time. So we had shrimp scampi on Father's Day, and we are talking about very soon. There's a place where we go where there is a squid ink linguine with shrimp and salami, and it is just amazing. But it is also very garlicky and something that we both agree we will do this together. We will share this experience. And I will say, as someone with a nose that occasionally works, well, we can do that. We can. Um, AJ, hello, hello. We are talking about garlic breath and how Howard doesn't really like it when I have garlic breath. And then I will say, I have been there when he has had something that had a lot of garlic. And I have smelled him for a day and went, okay, fair. Uh, Chew fresh basil and lemon after. Well, that just makes it good right there. Dalton, I'm glad to hear you had a wonderful time. Dalton went to a convention and got to meet Priscilla Presley, among others, and had a fabulous time. Excuse me. Deborah Dobson, hello. Are you still going to have the operation on your wrist at some point? Yes, that is my intention. I just need to make the appointment and to do it. So that's on me. I also need to go in for my second shingle shot, which I was supposed to do on the day Colby passed and didn't do it. Oh, yeah, I've had squid ink linguine. I love squid ink linguine, Elisat. Yes, when one eats enough garlic, it also comes out in your sweat. Yes, I am aware of that. I have sweated garlic many times when I have eaten my own cooking. We don't get overly garlicked. Am I lagging? I am buffering. Well, that's rude. How dare I buffer? I mean, am I a little whirly disc? I'm sorry that I am buffering. It is not buffering on my end, but isn't that how it so often is? I apologize for my buffering on your end. It's not happening on my end. So IRC, hello, hello, hello. Lovely to see you. We're back. Yay, good. So I am happy to say that I booked my next job and I will be playing a nice mom. I always like to play a nice mom. I find that when I play the really mean moms, they hurt my heart. I don't really like to play the mean characters. I'm good at it, but sometimes in these vertical series, the moms are so mean. Who's that? Eva Myler, how are you? Lovely to see you. Oh, good. I'm glad that she was extremely nice and you had a wonderful time, Dalton. I'm glad also that I am no longer buffering. American Girl saw me in the Fisher commercial. Yay! Yesterday during the PGA final. Awesome! Yay! Oh, and it's lovely to see you, Eva. I am doing well. Today was, yesterday I had off, but I had 5 auditions to shoot, and that was a lot. But why make it with no... Oh, if you make your own hummus, you can make it with no garlic, but that's only if you have somebody there in your home that doesn't like garlic. Well, he just doesn't like garlic as much as I do. Usually when he sees a recipe that says 3 cloves of garlic, he puts in 1. He just doesn't love it. So yeah, I do have to prep for auditions. So every audition requires prep work, and it takes hours and hours of time. Now, a lot of times, I do I do put my lines on a teleprompter because it's too much to memorize them all for an audition when you've got 5 to do in a day. You do kind of want to enjoy your Sunday. And, Howard looked at me yesterday when we finally went to the gym. He's like, you spent almost 6 hours on that. Almost 6 hours on my Sunday just trying to get the next job. But I have the next job. So I'm not going to be auditioning as much lately. And I don't start that until next Monday. So I really have some time off. And that's nice. I'm going to probably not get my second shingles shot, though I should. I just know that I'll have a sick day afterwards, and I don't really want to do that. I want to get the shot. I just don't want to have the sick day. So, yeah, it's a vertical. It's a vertical, Dalton. That's really, yeah, at least I'm not running around all over town doing them, which, trust me, I did that years ago. In the 90s, I would leave my house in the morning. I'd have multiple multiple clothes changes in the car, and you'd always pull over at like a Taco Bell or something and go into the bathroom and change there unless you could manage to do something under your clothes discreetly in your car. So, yeah, I did have to spend the day on them, but they weren't all over town, and that was good. So today, Howard and I went and saw a movie this morning. We went to see The Materialists, which was a very good movie. We enjoyed it very much. Talked a lot about dating in this day and age. Really more in the young way. The people who are looking to get married their first time and have kids, all that, And it's very materialistic. I haven't gotten overwhelmed at all yet, but I don't mind having a week off. I don't feel the need to fill this week with work. So I'm just keeping it. I'm not trying to cram boom, 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 one after the other, because I don't need to do that to make a living. But I like to cram a lot together because I like to work. Last week, Howard was I had a lot of work bunched up, and Howard was kind of feeling alone. So I'm glad that it has kind of eased up a little, and yeah, it's okay, 2 to 6 months apart. So I got some time. I got some time to get that shingle shot. Awesome. It brought me down, and I've heard that the second shingles shot is even worse. And I don't mind the shot. I just don't really feel like being sick one day. And it beats being sick for a longer period of time, absolutely. But I'll muscle it up and say one day, okay, let's just get it done and give up the next day. Maybe even this week, who knows? But I do know that Thursday I'm going to be seeing my friend Lee, who I haven't gotten to see much at all in, a little while. So, yeah, the outbreak is so much worth it. Yeah, I remember the arm being really, really sore. Gresta Cumbra had shingles during early spring, had to go on a cyclovar. Oof. Poised to get the shingles shot soon. Good. IRC didn't get sick from the shingles shot, but her arm was super painful for 2 days. And I remember that as well. And as Debbie points out, again, trust me, it's worth it. The outbreak is so much worse. And I know that. So, but that's really the exciting stuff going on in my world lately. One thing we've been taking sequel out. We are due a trip soon. We are. We are going to go away for the 4th of July. We are going to take a little staycation for the 4th of July. We're only going to be 10 minutes away from our house because we don't really feel like traveling. Yeah, AJ, you're too young. Don't worry about it. When you're 50. When you're 50, you can start thinking about it, but not yet. Anyway, so we are going to have a staycation here in LA, and we're going to be staying someplace where we can sit in our room and watch fireworks. Fireworks, we have discovered that the 4th of July, everybody comes up on Mulholland Drive. I mean, not everybody, obviously, but many, many, many people come driving up Mulholland Drive to watch the fireworks all over LA, because sometimes you can see them here and there and there and there, and it's a great vantage point. And then we have gone to friends' houses to see fireworks and discovered that the traffic getting up Mulholland back to our home is dangerously insane, so we choose not to do it. Ooh, that's no good. That's no good at all. Agresta Cumbra says, my son had shingles for his 30th birthday. Oh, that's terrible. What a nightmare. Gary Collingwood, single, no kids. Okay. AJ says, I see fireworks every Friday, so the luster is gone. Yeah. We kind of feel that way because we can see the universal fireworks a little bit from our living room window. So we just kind of go, what's that sound? Oh, yeah, okay, fireworks again. We don't see much of them, but we can see a little bit. And we used to watch them at Disneyland from Howard's old place. We could see them at Disneyland. So when you do see them a lot, yeah, it does lose the luster. Ooh. Let's see. Debbie was 60 when she got it. Luckily, it was on her outside hip and responded well to topicals, but it was painful for weeks. Yes, you were lucky to have it on your hip. I have known people who've had it on their face, and that sounds very uncomfortable. M says she had shingles in her 20s and nobody wants it. Very painful. Got the first shot last week. Next time we'll plan for ibuprofen and ice right away. Agresta Cumbra's son still has neuropathic issues and it's been years. S.J. Alexander, hello, hello. Yeah, that sounds miserable. So I'm going to go in and get it fairly soon. But I did have the first one, and just do not want to have shingles. So, is it a live shingles vaccine? I have no idea. You know, I just say, I need it, do it. I just knew that I didn't want it. So, Agresta Cumbra says, no, the new one isn't. So, that's good to know. Hey, hit that thumbs up button. I just did. It was easy. Oh. Cancel. It wasn't that easy. I lied. Because I'm not signed in. I wonder if I could sign in. Sign in. Continue. Accounts. That one. Touch ID. That's me. Hey, look, I'm signed in. And you just disappeared. Well, that was rude. That was rude. Sign in and just disappear. There we go. Now we're back. Technology, you know? There we go. M says no, hers was not a live vaccine, she asked. 3 more of you hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. I will also add mine. There, we got 25 now. So, huzzah. Look at us doing it all. My garden is doing great. Thank you, Deborah, for asking. We are really, really pleased with the fact that we put in a lot of succulents and they are really thriving. And I need to make a video showing you all the succulents that we put in the front yard because it's amazing. And with the work that we did on the front of the house, which we still need to make a video about that. It's every day when we drive home. You know, we used to pull up, open the gate, and we'd look at our house and we'd go, ugh, hate how it looks. Looked like a trailer because of this vinyl siding that somebody had decided to put on it. But now every time we open the gate, we go, wow, our house looks really beautiful. Look at how gorgeous our house is. And at night, when we're sitting there, when in the evening, sometimes we'll sit in front of the house and we'll let Siki outside for a bit and we'll have a glass of wine. And we'll just look out and go, it's so beautiful. It's so perfect. I mean, it's not. There are obviously flaws everywhere. There's weeds growing where weeds shouldn't, where we haven't gotten them pulled yet. The driveway is a wreck. It needs to be re-blacktopped. It needed to be re-blacktopped years ago. Howard wants to do concrete. And I just said to him, honey, concrete would be beautiful. It would be very expensive, but it would be beautiful. But you know that the first time somebody comes over and their car leaks oil on it, you're going to be heartbroken. JJ, hello JJ. I see that nudge, Debbie. Yes, IRC, we'll get you some photos, if not a video soon. Melinda, hello there. Nobody can spell algorithm. Sorry. Sitting outside last night, I got a bug bite. I got a bug bite on my shoulder. I got a bug bite on my ankle. Oh. Yeah, nobody in the world can spell algorithm. Okay, somebody can, but it's not me. Oh, now you're just showing off, Debbie. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a refuge when the weather is good. There's just something about going out and playing in the dirt, playing in the garden. Whether you're okay, that's fair. Thank you, Debbie. I'm okay, Dalton. It's just mosquito bites. They're just mosquito bites. I don't think it's West Nile virus or malaria or anything. It's just a plain old mosquito bite. Annoying, but I will survive. Thank you, Melinda. But yeah, there's something really satisfying about working in the garden. On a nice day, sometimes even on a crappy day. It's, oh, alcohol on the itching. You know, I've never tried that. Thank you. Sherry Bush, hello, hello. Topical alcohol, that's no fun. I've got all this vodka right next to me and tequila. I could just, I could. I know, mosquitoes are a nightmare. They are terrible, but apparently we have to share the planet with them. I'm not sure why. It is. Agresta Cumbra says, Nemat International Majmua perfume oil has been touted to deter biting insects. It's anecdotal, but it seems to have reduced her bites. A mosquito magnet. Yeah, the vodka will help. You'll still itch, but you won't care. And Kat, you're right. I need calamine lotion on the bites. One thing that a friend taught me is if it's really itching, you can take your fingernail, like your thumbnail, and you can press it in on the bite till it makes an indentation, and then crisscross it and press it the other way, and it affects something in the pain receptors in your brain, and it stops the itching. And I found that that does work fairly well. Now the itching comes back, but it does work. Alcohol on the inside will help too. Absolutely. Keenan says, I had to do voice parts and narrator last night. Found out my Teak 4-track died. Couldn't get it to power up, neither by power cord or batteries. That is a bummer. That is annoying. Technical problems are always annoying. And on set, we have technical problems all the time. There's always something. We'll be at Video Village and like one of the monitors just farts out, or it's something that's on one of the cameras, and people are always like jiggling and saying, hey, let me see a different cable, and switching cables and trying to. We experience it all the time. And it's interesting because, everyone sits at Video Village and they've all got their headphones on and they're watching the two monitors of the two cameras and they're seeing everything that's going on. And I'm thinking, yeah, remember when we shot film and we didn't have a monitor? Just the director watching right next to the camera to see what it was. So, what do you do when you have technical difficulties on set? Hopefully, you have people who can fix them. Generally, you always have somebody who can fix it. Nothing's ever so bad. Sometimes if you lose one camera, most of the equipment's usually rented anyway from rental houses. So if it's something really bad, you just swap it out and get a new camera. They just bring you a new one. Paste and baking soda and water. Slathered on, dries in about 10 minutes, rinse it off. Old school bug bite salve. I love it. That is frustrating, Keenan. It is very frustrating when you can see the signal, but as you spoke, but the tracks were blank. That is annoying, maddening. It just makes you want to scream. So we're all screaming with you, Keenan. We feel your pain. I wanted to show you a fun picture of Sequel. Sequel and I were sitting outside the other morning having coffee, and where was it? There it is. And he ran up the palm tree. There it is. So here is a picture of Sequel running up the palm tree. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? He ran up and hung out for, long enough for me to snap 3 photos. And then he came back down. But it was cute for the moment. And there we go. Now you're back. Hey, Philip Gibson. Lovely to see you. He's so cute. He's really coming out of himself. Eva, I am really torn on that. I miss Colby a great deal, and I miss his cuddles, and I miss all of the affectionate things that he did with me. Sequel is not as affectionate, and so I miss getting those cuddles. We are trying to let Sequel just be an only cat. I'm not actively going to be looking for a cat. That being said, I do believe in the cat dispensation system. And if one falls into my life, then one falls into my life. What am I going to do? I'll just have to. But, Em missed the Coronado wedding this weekend. We had nice weather. Meh. Massive ear infection. Ow. I get ear infections. It's like, they're bad. Currently walking like a drunken sailor. Oh, nothing hurts like an ear infection. I am so sorry, Em. That's miserable. I am prone to ear infections, and I am allergic to the medication that heals ear infections. So I feel your pain a lot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you missed the wedding. And I'm sorry that you were having an ear infection and walking like a drunken sailor right now. Big hugs. Yeah, if I get a third one by the universe, you got to name it Trilogy. Oh, I've had many cats from the universe. I've had many, many cats. I have bottle-fed litters of kittens. I've had them on set with me. Oh, thank you, Philip. You were very kind. Thank you. I'm sort of hoping for a little bobcat kitten. We were leaving the house going somewhere. I forget where we were going. And it was still daylight. And there was somebody who was walking their dog just on a little street up near Runyon Canyon. And we were driving past and we sort of went. And when we got close, we realized it wasn't a dog. It wasn't a cat. It was, I believe, a caracal. Carousel? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I had to look it up. I had to look up what kind of a cat that was. C-A-R-A-C-A-L. C-A-R-A-C-A-L. Absolutely magnificent. Also illegal in California because I looked it up. But they had that cat on a leash, and it was taller than a dog. It was a good 35, 40 pounds. It was tall. No, it wasn't a bobcat. It didn't have spots, but it was a wildcat. It had the big, long, tufted ears. It was just like, oh, I could name it Myriad. That's true, Drew. Keep it 100. Hello. Yes, the next cat will choose me. Oh, Keaton got the tracks recorded tonight. Good, yay. Eva said, put the glasses on, don't squint, Monique. Eva says, when I was a kid, we had a black and white cat and called her Woozy. I loved her. She loved to sit on my lap and purr. Oh, I love that. Debbie, always there with the answers. Caracal. The caracal is a carnivore that typically preys upon birds, rodents, and other mammals. It can leap higher than 9.8 feet and catch birds in midair. It's not really like a good, convenient house cat. Really, really rough on the curtains. It seemed to be tame. It was walking on a leash. It was harnessed and walking on a leash. So seemed quite tame. Keenan said, sometime this week I'm going to dig out the adapter so I can connect my mixer to my laptop. Why on earth we let you kiddies take off the line input on laptops, I'll never know. True. Myriad is a perfect moniker, Drew. Agresta Cumbra piping in. So yeah, I would love to have an ocelot or a serval. I think a serval would be fun. But to be fair, we don't have room for a serval. The only thing that would be good about having a serval or something is the fact that I could let it outside and not worry about it as much as I worry about sequel. I took a hot bath the other day because Howard had just recocked the shower and we wanted to let it dry a little longer. So I took a hot bath, and I always take a bath that's too hot and then I have to cool off for half an hour. So I'm sitting outside on the deck and I let Siki come out, and I looked up and there was a big owl sitting right up on the next door. It was like, okay, Siki, we're coming inside now. You don't get to be a snack. JJ says, my cat was a baby and just started to come in every night to sleep. We kept it. I love that. Yeah, they probably raised it from a baby. I think you'd have to because they can be pretty wild from what I read. But how fun to have a wildcat living in your house if you have the space for it to allow that cat to live a good life. We do have the outside area where a cat could absolutely roam around, but if I had a wild cat, it would be, I'd be a little afraid of letting it out of the yard because not everyone feels the same way. Though when I met my next door neighbor behind the house, I said, I don't know if you know this, but you had a bobcat cat in your yard the other day. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm so excited. I love that. Thank you so much for telling me. Oh, Jan Redfern picked up a cat at Wendy's, like you do. Totally understand it. And she came with 4. Yeah. Dalton would like a panther and have it trained to not eat your face. Panthers are absolutely beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. And we love our panther that we have, Sequel. He gets to be a little panther. He has really come out of himself and is getting a lot of, he explores all over the place, and we're forever having to get extra steps in, running around going, not down here, keep it up there. So I pick some grass to because he loves his grass. Philip Gibson, my weekend, I worked. I mean, I didn't work for money. I worked to get another job. I spent a lot of time shooting auditions. 3 of them had dance part of them. Either dance, well, a couple were dance instructors, a dance coach, and one I had to dance around in a bathing suit. And I know that they're not even going to hire me because I know what they want and it's not me. But you do it anyway. Agresta Cumbra says, Jan, that's a Trojan cat you adopted from Wendy's. A wild cat would be just lovely. A black panther would be so fun to have. We have a tree that sort of goes out, and we've sort of pruned it. It kind of juts out from the hill, and we've sort of pruned it to keep this sort of weird, almost bonsai sort of a shape, the way it comes out. It's a beautiful tree. We call it Jackie Blue, even though it's not a jacaranda, which we first thought when we moved in. Even once we realized that it's just a black walnut, we still call it Jackie Blue because that's its name. Chan says, she's mean and hateful and I love her. I had a cat like that. There's something, you still kind of, you love them no matter what. But I do, it's nice that Sequel is getting his time in the spotlight. So yeah, that was my weekend. I was doing a lot of auditions, and we'll see if I book any of them or none of them. You just never know. Like the one, was Harlow nice? Dalton asks. Harlow was nice to me. Harlow was a bitch to everyone else. Harlow, I remember when one of my best friends, Tamara, came over, and she was going to be staying at my place for a few days while I was out of town. And I said, let me tell you about how Harlow is. She's really sweet. She wants to come on your lap. She wants to make biscuits and purr on you. But she will swipe at you at some point. And the swipe is a test. And if you pull back, you will get scratched. If you do not pull back, she will just put her paw on you. And my friend Tamara went, to be fair, I do that too. And I was like, same. So you get it. It's a test. You going to pull back? If you're going to pull back, I'm going to scratch you. If you trust me, I'll trust you. She was very funny that way. Imagine the litter box. Oh, Allison, yes. The litter box of having a panther. I think I just let him go outside. But even then, we've all had, many of us have had big dogs. You're going to pick up after them. Otherwise, it's messy. Eva says, we don't have any pets now, but eventually when I retire, I will get a dog, a rescue dog, most probably. Oh, rescue dogs are the best. Yes. Keenan says, I had a black cat, large cat, that people kept asking me, why did I pick up a baby Black Panther? Oh, so going back to this tree, the way this tree sticks out, there's a long, low branch that looks just like what you'd see a panther on. And I said, one of these days, we're going to see sequel out on that branch. He'll look just perfect on it. So, yeah, that would be a lot of litter. But, yeah, lots of kitty talk. I miss Colby. Colby, when he was, remember, a friend of mine in Arizona, when I would go visit him, I would take Colby over, and because he would look after Colby when I'd go out of town, and I'd walk into his apartment complex, and they had, a concierge at the desk. So when you'd walk in, the concierge would see the cat walking in on a leash and be like, "That's just a cat, right?" He's just he's really big, and he doesn't seem to be afraid of any of the dogs. He's not afraid of any of the dogs. He was really big, but he'd walk in and he'd like say hi, he'd meow. And yes, cats are great bodyguards. That's true. He would walk in and I'd push the button for the elevator and the elevator door would open and he'd walk in and sit down, and sometimes dogs would come on the elevator and he'd just look at them and the dogs would be like, "That's a cat." But they just didn't know what to do because the cat is something they're supposed to run from them, and this cat's like, "I'm right here, chill." There are still supposed to be Black Panthers running around Kentucky, parts of Kentucky. Eva's husband is not a cat person. Oh, thank you. It is a pretty good picture. I should consider framing it. That would be a fun picture. Thank you, Em. And I do miss having a dog. I do miss having a dog, but it's hard to travel with the dog. It's easier to travel with a cat. We can leave Siki alone for a few days, and depending on how long it's going to be, if it's going to be too long time, I'll just have someone come over and stay with him. Because he adapts to people once they're here for a couple of days. But most people, like the only person he really comes out for is my friend Nancy, because she used to stay on, she used to sleep on my couch every Wednesday because she lived up in the mountains. Let's see. Eva was thinking of Kiko the other day. Yeah, we miss him. We miss our Kiko. I have not been up to see my parents lately. My sister is staying there, and so she is looking after them right now. And she and her boyfriend are camping near there, and they are spending most of their time at their house. And I think I've told you in the past, I don't feel safe around my sister. So the fact that my mother chooses to have my sister there right now means I have more time to make verticals. Drew had a gorgeous little Lynx Point Siamese. Thanks, Monique. Yes, I was responsible for that. Sweet and affectionate and the most destructive animal. She held us hostage. Yes. Yeah, she was beautiful though. But yeah, she was a nightmare. But I do talk to my mom all the time. She's doing great. Deborah's dog had to have an operation 2 weeks ago, and he's been very poorly, but hopefully, she's been very poorly, but hopefully she's now on the mend. Good. No, Peg, don't worry. No, it's not. It's not sad. It's not sad at all. Memories of someone we love can always be bittersweet. And it's just lovely to think about our past friends. Have you ever considered branching out and into writing novels? I am not a writer. I am not good at writing. It's not my thing. I've tried it a little bit, but I'm not really good. Diana Maria, hello. Nice to see you. I'm an idea person, but maybe someday I will have more patience to be able to write. But I do love reading a good book. I'm a big reader. Okay. You know, when you get a dog or cat, they will be in your life far too short a time. Enjoy them while you have them. That is so true, Debbie. That is exactly true. Shell Seashells. Do you ever do any crafts, sewing? I used to. I used to do a lot of crafting stuff. I used to sew a lot. I primarily, Drew helped me learn a lot about sewing. I basically started sewing like basic home goods, pillows and curtains and things like that. Mostly because I can't afford my own taste. And then that branched out into clothing. And I have made some things that were nice enough to wear. But I've also made a lot of things that I wore out of penance. It's like, well, I made this ugly thing. I got to wear it at least once before I donate it. I love fashion. I wish I were a better seamstress. Not enough to become one, though. Oh Lord, your sister, I have one of those. Brother-in-law died unexpectedly recently, so I have to talk to my unmedicated bipolar sister every few days. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Kat has an older sister that's a nightmare. Haven't spoken to her in over 20 years. Yeah, many of us have people in our family who it's just easier for our own mental health to not associate with them. And that is how I am with my sister. Yeah, Eva says she used to love reading now, but now doesn't have the time with the husband and the adult kids stealing all the time. Well, you will find those moments. They will come up. I enjoy, one of the things I do is when I'm on set, first thing I do is I put a book on my phone because there's a lot of downtime. And we don't want to drain if everyone's on their phone cruising social media, it slows down the internet for production, which also needs internet. So they encourage us to just like read a book or something. Keep It 100 ordered a ring on Amazon that I got engraved with her girl cat Dixie's name and date she passed, and one of those heart necklaces that say, I will love you always and forever. That is beautiful. Yeah. Yep, 8 years, Eva. When you retire, then you'll have lots of time to read. Dirty PMs asks, how goes Howard's acting classes? It's going very well. He's now had 3 of the 6, and he's enjoying it. He had a scene in his class that went very well the other day, and he enjoyed that. He enjoyed being able to put up a scene. He enjoyed being able to do well with it. That felt good. Debbie, yeah. Love my only brother, just don't like him very much. And he's gotten so much worse since, yeah. We all of us have family members who may have opposing political opinions, and that can make it difficult at family things. So that is another reason to see less family sometimes. Yeah. I feel your pain, Debbie. It's very, very nice that Howard is going to the acting class. It's really enjoyable for him. And you know what? I don't mind having a little time to myself. It's nice to have a little quiet for a few hours. I'm just saying. So yes, his acting lessons are coming along great. He is enjoying them. He is learning something. M says commuting with an audiobook in the car is a game changer. I use my time in the car to call my friends. That's just because, I mean, I can call them at home, but we live in such a small house that there's just really, not that I'm saying anything he couldn't hear, but sometimes you just want to have conversations that you don't want to have to answer questions about later, you know? What was that about? Who are you saying that about? Blah, 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 blah. You know. You all know. Shell Seashells, happy anniversary. It's your 13th wedding anniversary. That's so wonderful. Congratulations to you. Oh, yep. BB glasses are from BB, and the stock number is BB5179 if anyone's interested. Merch website, if you're interested in that, is moniqueparent.com. Yeah, whisper, we all need time to ourselves. Keenan says he spent the last 10 years on disability, and now that he's officially retired, he still doesn't have enough time to read. Audiobooks are great. I have a hard time with audiobooks. I start thinking and I wander and I get lost. Canadian veteran, hello, hello. You had a tornado warning on the prairies. I'm so glad it's okay now. That's scary. Keenan says, my doctors shake their head at me because of the books I bring with me to appointments. I can imagine. I think audiobooks are really great. They're not for me, but I love to read, and I love to just sit there and read. And I put them on my phone, and, you know, just like I'll be in line, I'll just reach in my pocket. There we go. I'll read my book. Oh, it's my turn now? Okay. So I love having a book on set. So that's one of my favorite things about sitting around on set is that I get to read. I get to hang out and read. A lot of people socialize. I do some socializing, but I tend to be an introvert. So sometimes I just need to go put myself away. I'll find a room in the house that nobody else is, and I'll just say to the second AD, it's like, I'm going to be in that room over there. If you need me, when it's time for me, that's where you find me. I'm there. I don't make it hard to find me. They don't need to come searching. I always tell them where I'm at. So many actors don't do that, and then they're running around like crazy trying to find you. At some point, yes, I saw recently someone was looking for somebody. Keep It 100 says you could lend your voice to audiobook work, maybe. Absolutely. I saw a casting recently for somebody to read an audiobook, but to be fair, the pay wasn't enough for me. I'm going to be honest. I will let that be a job for somebody who wants to make that. I have been at times in my life where I was willing to work for that amount of money, and I'm not now. So I'll leave that job for somebody who wants to work for that amount of money. Philip says he delves into audiobooks sometimes when they're online. It is going to be a Monday night salad. You are correct, Peg. Yep, it's a salad night. And where I'm trying to think. I'm lost. Okay. What about doing voiceovers for animated films? I'd love to. It's highly competitive. So I haven't really pushed myself into it. Oh, Dirty PM said, I wanted to do a full cast reading for an audiobook, someone narrating and several actors. I think that would be fun. Lillian Joseph asks, any good neck cream for sagging neck? No surgery. I have been using, it was all over TikTok for a while. I didn't buy it off TikTok. I got it, I have this, remember when I did that like beauty contest and you had to online vote and it actually was all about, whoever much money gets donated to it. Well, from that, every Friday they send me hey, you can buy this thing for just shipping and handling, which is $12.95. Pardon me. And I have bought so much stuff for just shipping and handling. I have a ton of creams and serums and this and that I wouldn't ordinarily buy, but it was just $12.95. So this one was called Go Pure. Gopure. And I bet you can find it online, or even on TikTok. Go Pure Neck Cream. I slathered on, and I think it makes a tiny little difference. I have 3 serious wrinkles right here. I mean, it's not sagging, but they are very sharp lines. It looks like I was hung at some point in my life or previous life. What kind of temple pieces? This is what the temple pieces look like. So there's no design on the temple pieces. They just have, there's the hinge. I don't know what I'm sure there's names and words for this, but I don't know. But there's no decoration on it. So from the side, it's not as fancy. But I just, you know me. I had to have these. AJ says to Preston, that's called an audio play. That's true. Oh, I'd love to be on The Simpsons. That would be fun. Oh, if the hinges allow the temples to expand, they are spring hinges. Oh. I don't think these are spring hinges, are they? I don't know. I have no idea if these would be called spring hinges. But I think after I sign off, I'll sit back and indulge in the world's longest 3-hour tour. That sounds like fun, Keenan. Guest star on The Simpsons. That would be fun. It would be fun if I were big enough to do that. When I am. It'll come. Oh, okay. Agresta Combo sees the Go Pure stuff on the Big River site. Great. But I've been very happy with the Go Pure. I slather it on every night. Oh, Philip, you are so kind. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-week before we have our next live stream because I believe I am working on Monday. So to the best of my knowledge, I will not be here next Monday unless I am. Then, there'll be me and 3 of you. I knew what it was. I will give Howard a big hug from all of you. Yeah, I've made it when I get the Simpsons invite. Well, I'm going to go have a lovely salad, and I'm going to enjoy that Treehouse of Horror episode for you, Monique. I'd love that, Kat. Good night, all. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, it's been delightful to see you, delightful to spend time with you. You guys make my week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And maybe it'll be next week, and probably it won't, but maybe it will be. Who knows? Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. I love you bunches. Bye.